Hi everyone. Now we are going to begin our question number 8. Before just beginning, let's say goodbye to 2021. So here is the first PUC topic, that is how to deal with uniformly accelerated motion and on what basis questions will come. So to understand this, first thing is what is the meaning of uniformly accelerated motion? So when you consider uniformly accelerated motion, that means the acceleration of the particle remains constant. Now between any 2 points, let's take A and B, where initial velocity u, final velocity v, acceleration a within a time t after covering a displacement s, then three equations what we are having is v equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half at square, and v square minus u square equal to 2as. These are the three equations you need to remember for the uniformly accelerated motion. Now, first my suggestion is when you want to deal with any question related to uniformly accelerated motion, you understand the question and draw the required diagram. Most of the times, the diagram is required. That means the path followed by the particle is important. From where to where it is moving, how it is moving. That path, if you draw it, then you will get the idea like between which 2 points you can apply these equations of motion. You can apply 1, you can apply 2, you can apply 3, depends. And one more equation also will be there here. That is Sn equal to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. And this is the formula for distance traveled in n seconds. This is the traveled in distance in nth second. Nth second means only 1 second. So this is for like 10 seconds and this is for 10th second. That is the difference. So always try to understand the question. Understand question. And then draw the diagram. Then choose the 2 points between which we have to or we can apply the equations of motion. Next, here comes the application is motion under gravity. So what is motion under gravity? When particle moves freely under gravity or gravitational force. Gravitational force of earth, that is called motion under gravity. Like whenever from any point, when the body is in air, then we call it as motion under gravity. If it is moving in the air without attached to anything, then we call it as motion under gravity, from whatever may be the point it started. So for that, motion under gravity means, or for a particle in moving under gravity, the very first thing what you should know is what is the acceleration of a particle moving under gravity. That is, the magnitude of acceleration of the particle is g, that is always downward direction. That means towards center. Now, initially, if you consider initially, if particle going up or going down. See, as the particle is going up, g downward, that's why you will take it as a minus g. If it is coming down, then acceleration we will take it as plus g, because direction of motion and acceleration both are in same direction. This way you have to choose the acceleration of a particle moving under gravity. Now here comes one special thing, that is free fall. So what is free fall is when a particle dropped from certain height, that is called free fall. Like this is reference or ground, and from height h the body dropped. So whenever they said free fall or drop, initial velocity will become 0 and acceleration is plus g. So here two formulas will come. Time taken to reach the ground is 2h by g, and the speed with which it hit the ground is root 2gh. Remember these two formulas. Sometimes the question can come based on the direct formulas, or you may have to apply the equations of motion depending on the question. And one more thing is upward motion. Here, when we throw a particle upward from any point, like from the ground, you throw it up with an initial velocity. It will go up and come back. And at one moment, its velocity becomes 0. And before velocity reaches, the height reached by the particle is maximum height, and that formula is u square by 2g. And time of ascending and time of descending always equal u by g. So the total time of flight is ascending plus descending equal to 2u by g. And at every point, while going up or while coming down, the velocity, the speed of the particle remains same. So this is the thing you need to remember about the upward motion. Also, when this is ground, this is particular height, now they thrown from here. So it will go up and come down like this. Then the displacement is minus h, where h is the height of the tower or point from which you are throwing it up. And acceleration is minus g. Then you can apply s equal to ut plus half at square, like minus h equal to ut minus half gt square. And it is a quadratic equation. And if you solve it, you will get the answer. So this way, the upward motion can be from the ground or from certain height. Like they can ask the question like rising from the rising balloon when a body dropped or a particle dropped, a stone dropped. So then it is like dropping, even though you are dropping, as you are dropping from the moving body, it will acquire the same speed as that of that balloon or something from where you are dropping. So that it will become the case like you are throwing it upward with certain velocity from certain height. Then you can apply this equation and you can solve the quadratic equation. Now let's see few questions based on these things. Now, a car accelerates from rest at constant rate for t seconds and covers a distance x. The distance covered by it in next t seconds will be. See, from rest, you have to understand properly. So, initial velocity is 0. And constant rate means acceleration is 0. And covers a distance x in time t. The distance covered by it in next t seconds. We don't know what is the distance covered. Let's take y. But that is also time how much? T. Then they are asking what is y. Now to solve this, see, let's take this point as like A and B and C. And always choose A as one point because your velocity is 0 so that you can apply the equation easily. From A to B and from A to C, you can apply S equal to ut plus half at square. Where from A to B, first if you apply S means x equal to u0 plus half at square. Now A to C means x plus y, that is u0 plus half a, t is 2t, t plus t, that is half a 4t square. That means 4 times x. So that y equal to how much it will become? 3x. This way, you have to draw the diagram, you have to choose the points between which and you have to apply the suitable equation. So that is why I am telling you to remember those formulas and try to understand the question. Now, a window is 50 centimeter long. A stone is falling from a height of 40 centimeter above the window. It crosses the window. So here they are telling there is a window. Now the height of the window is 50 centimeter. Now we are dropping the stone from certain height, that is 40 centimeter above the window. Now it crosses the window here. So let's take this point A and this point B and this point C. Now from A to B, S equal to ut plus half at square. That is, S means 0.4 meter equal to u0. So half g t1 square. Then you will get t1 value. Now you take from A to C, that is S equal to 40 plus 50, that is 90 centimeter, 0.9 meter equal to half g t1 plus t2 whole square. Now from this equation we'll get t1, from this equation we'll get t1 plus t2. Then time from B to C, that is time to cross window, that how much it will become? This is the time to cross window. So that time from B to C will become, that is time from A to C minus time from A to B, nothing but time from A to C means this is T1 plus T2 minus this is T1. So you got the both the values, then you will get the time taken to cross the window. This way, see, understanding the question and then drawing the diagram and then applying the formulas whatever are available. But you have to choose wisely between which 2 points. Now here the question is based on a stone is dropped from a rising balloon at a height of 76 meter above the ground and reaches the ground in 6 seconds. What was the approximate velocity of the balloon when the stone was dropped? See, this is ground. Now the moment we drop, let's say the balloon is at some height. How much? 76 meter. Now the velocity of the balloon, let's take, that is u. Now it is like you are dropping, but it is throwing with velocity u upward. So it will go up and come back. As I said, S equal to ut plus half at square. Now S means minus h equal to ut minus half gt square. So minus 76 equal to u into t is 6 seconds minus g is 9.8 by 2 into t is 6 square. So this is 4.9. Now here we got the quadratic equation. No need to quadratic equation, directly you can calculate. Now minus 76 equal to 6, you take common, u minus 4.96. Then if you solve this equation, then what you will get it? U value. So approximate velocity. As they are telling approximate 9 point, instead of 9.8, you can take 10 also. So that the calculation will become easy. Depends. Now, a body is dropped from a height of 100 meter. At what height the velocity of the body will be equal to 1/2 of velocity when it hits the ground? So here, see, the meaning of the question is important, that here the body is dropped from certain height. See, like let's take it dropped from a certain height h. Now, at what height the velocity of the body will be equal to certain height? We don't know. Let's take small h. Here at this point, the velocity of the body will be equal to 1 half. Here velocity v1 and here velocity v2. If you take this, v1 is half of the velocity when it hits the ground. So v1 equal to v2 by 2. And it is dropping, so u equal to 0. Now this height will become h minus h. Now capital H value they have given as 100 meter. Now they are asking small h value. So how can we calculate this? So when you want to calculate, see here, let's take this point A, this point B, this point C. Now from A to B, you can apply V square minus U square equal to 2AS. Similarly, from A to C, you can apply V square minus U square equal to what? 2AS. Then from both equations, you can solve small h value because we have capital H value. And in both the equations, small u is how much? 0. And from A to B, when you consider, here V1 comes, here V2 comes. And we have the relation between V1 and V2, so they get cancelled. After taking both the equations, you divide each of them so that V1 and V2 get cancel each other. So try to complete it. Now here a body is dropped from a height 39.2 meter and it crosses half distance. The acceleration due to gravity ceases to act. The body will hit the ground with velocity. See, they can ask the question in any manner. You can't expect. Only thing you have to understand the question and you have to draw the diagram how it is moving from way to way. That is what important. Like a body is dropped from certain height. Let's take that height is capital H. Now each and every sentence you have to make it like a diagram. After it crosses half distance, that means h by 2. Now the acceleration due to gravity ceases to act. The body will hit the ground. That means here suppose it acquired velocity v, then from here to here it will perform uniform motion. That means velocity remains constant because acceleration became 0. Let's take again A, B, C. Now if it travel from A to C with acceleration, then it will hit the ground with a velocity if no ceasing of acceleration, then at C the velocity is root 2gh. But here it is ceases at point B means half height. That means at B where the displacement is h by 2, then the speed is under root 2g h by 2, that is root g h. Now h is there, g is there, g 9.8. If they don't mention, take g 9.8. If they mention to take 10, then take 10. Now you will get the velocity. But I mean, this is like v dash, but we want v. V is root 2gh. No, we want v dash only because after that instant it became constant. So v dash equal to root g 9.8 into 39.2. Now I think we can write it as 4 into 9.8. So 9.8 into this 4 into 9.8. So root 4 is 2. Root of 9.8 into 9.8, 9.8. So 19.6 meter per second. So this way you please try it, then you will get the correct answer. So this is how we have to deal with, and one of the important topic because in many other chapters also these equations of motion we will use to solve the questions. Like as usual I have given 5 assignment questions, similar type of questions. So you please try to solve them, right? So we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.